What was the most amount of money that you ever made in a single year?
The most amount I made in a single year was 2008.
How much?
700,000.
And what industry did you ultimately pursue a career in?
The industries that I've worked in have been oil and gas on the contractor side.
How can someone start their path to becoming wealthy going into 2023?
Learn to listen. Find people that you believe identify with the goals that you have and the passions that you have, and take the cotton out of your ears, put it in your mouth, and listen.
And when people are starting to make money in their careers, where do you think people should kind of look to invest or put their money to try and multiply and grow the income that they have?
I think that 401k is probably the absolute best way to go. But you get very involved with the provider of that 401k and the underwriter of the 401k.
What has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
Last year, we cleared $1.2 million off of a cryptocurrency project in mining. That's our net, not our gross. So gross was a lot higher.
How can someone start their path to becoming wealthy going into 2023?
I tell them to start with 2 books. One is Mindset by Caroline Dweck. She goes into the mind of a winner, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Kobe Bryant, and tells you like the different things they do and how they challenge themselves to be better. And the second one is Good to Great. That's about putting the right people on the bus, so teamwork, but also instead of blaming others, which is a window, look internally and see what you can do better. And then from there, find a mentor. I have 3 different mentors that I talk to on a daily basis about what's going on in my life professionally and personally. And they help me through that because they've been there before.
What has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
I'm going to go on paper, $2.5 million. That was through investments. I've been fortunate to have invested in Tesla, Apple, Mercado Libre, a few other companies early on.
How did you know what companies to invest in? What do you look for in a company when you know that it's a good time to invest?
The offense and defense. Defense wins championships. When the times are good, I invest in a service, Motley Fool. They have tiers of investments. I also notice of their investments, usually 1 out of 10 just blows the top off, and I keep feeding the one that does well.
What has been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
A couple million. You have to talk to my accountant. I mean, I've sold $10 million, $15 million worth of property in 1 year before.
What was the best financial decision that you ever made throughout your lifetime?
Buying real estate mid-'80s when it was super depressed and low. Once-in-a-lifetime kind of prices.
Are you still currently practicing in real estate?
We've got a project going right now, yeah. We're building a townhome project by Green, Texas.
For someone who's trying to get started in real estate investment, they want to buy property, what's the first thing that they should really look for? How do you know, hey, this is a good time to buy, this is a good city to buy in? What are those big indicators that you look for?
Understand the market and understand that things never stay the same. You want to have employment growth because that's what fuels real estate. You're seeing more job creation in a particular city or immigration like what's going on now. People moving to Texas. So you want to be in a market where that's happening.
What was the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
Probably $50 million, something like that.
What industry did you ultimately pursue a career in?
Radio broadcasting. Had a group of 350 radio stations.
What was the name of it?
Capstar Broadcasting.
What advice would you give to young entrepreneurs? What advice would you tell someone wanting to start a business in 2023?
I think it's really about the people you're connected to. I invest in people. I met Kendra Scott early on. I was her first outside investor, but I believed in her as a person. You could just tell some people have what it takes to be really successful.
And what do you look for in either employees or business partners that tells you, hey, this is someone I want to work with?
Actually, I look for somebody who's had some failure. How they handle failure. You learn more about the character of a person once they've fallen on their face and gotten back up and seen what kind of business person they really are.